So let's have a look, an intergalactic look. How'd you like my background? Into what's going on with the equality, diversity, and inclusion movement right now, and how this affects you, what you can and should do, and what you can and should not do or say. My name is Beate Gillette. I'm the founder of the Women's Code, also known as the Growth Architect, and I work with leaders and businesses because business and leadership development kind of goes hand in hand. You cannot do one without the other. So I have been in, really watching the data that's going around. And let's just put this up front because I think we need to establish a couple of pointers or foundation in the conversation we're having. With COVID alone, and then followed by the protests and social unrest, is that the negative emotions, fear, anxiety, and discomfort, disappointment, is running at an astronomical percentage. So people are experiencing a lot of negative emotions, and they've been in the state of experiencing negative emotions for a really, really long time. So somebody who is super aware about emotions or about brain work and mental health knows that in a time like this, we have to really be clear about keeping our mindset clear. But most people don't know how to do that. So they react instead of taking a step back, doing clean thinking, and then acting on it. They just react to what's going on around it. The conversations that we're having are so hostile in some instances and so brilliant in some others. So I'm going to help you to understand on how to have these conversations because that's what I do for my clients. So the self-awareness part, number one, is whatever race, gender, or orientation you are, wherever you come from, that is your unique experience. That's your unique viewpoint. That's only one viewpoint. And everybody you meet has that same individual experience and their own individual viewpoint. So when you tell somebody about your experience, you're sharing your experience. That's not theirs. So I give you an example. I had this conversation here on YouTube, and somebody said to me, the gender pay gap doesn't exist. And it's some, maybe 30-year-old white guy is telling me, a woman who's experienced this for 30 years, that he knows what the experience is like, even though he's never had it. But I've had this experience, so I know it's true. So these kinds of conversations are where we get in trouble when it comes to equality and diversity and inclusion, because we make assumptions that we know what another person experiences when we can't, because it's not our world. So to have these conversations, to facilitate healthy conversations, you want to learn to take yourself a step back. And then every time something comes out of your mouth, you remind yourself, let me add, but that's my experience. Tell me about yours. And when somebody tells you as a woman that there is a gender pay gap because she's experienced it, take it as face value. If you are a Black man and you say to someone, I have to have with my sons a conversation how to confront police when you're getting pulled over, starting in kindergarten, is something that I don't know. I'm going to have to take that at face value. So the ground rule for equality and for meaningful conversations in hostile environments and in anxiety-ridden environments is ask, listen, hear what's being said, and take it as a viewpoint that adds to your own. I hope this helps you guys. Stay safe, stay sane, and do all the mental work to make it through these tumultuous times. With much love.